Hi everyone, Lawrence here from ATLC again. Today I've got the absolute pleasure to have Steve Kelly here from Starboard IT, one of our latest industry partners. So thanks, Steve, for joining us.
Thanks, Lawrence. Pleasure to be here.
Great. Steve, really timely and important to have yourselves on board. We see a whole range of data, innovation and integration through companies across supply chain, both here domestically and overseas. That data protection, the data integrity, cybersecurity risks, all those type of things are really becoming a challenge for companies across supply chain, whether it's importers, exporters, or the service providers. So I'll let you tell us a little bit more about Starboard.
Look, we found the same thing. Many of our people we supply work to are now asking for us to be certified in certain ways as well. So we thought we'd just take that to the next step and take our clients on that journey as well through the standards and getting certified in certain standards that helps them give them the edge in the market as well.
Absolutely. I think the edge is a really powerful point you make. To have a competitive point of difference, if you're trying to respond to an RFQ or an RFP as a service provider, trying to win business with importers, exporters, especially multinationals these days, if you can't demonstrate that you've got standards, you've got processes in place. In the old days, it was things like DRPs, disaster recovery plans, and now recently sustainability. But now we see data integrity, cybersecurity. How are you as a business protecting that data? So that's really critical.
Yeah, for sure. And complying with the International Standards Organisation, ISO, is probably something that's recognised globally, not just within Australia. So it's very important that you get something, especially if you're talking about trade and logistics, that you have a standard that you conform to, that everyone can understand.
Yeah, no, it's really powerful. And I think the really big takeaway that I've seen, even listening to yourselves and your team at some of our presentations in the past, is that in supply chain, in the past it was very much B2B, and then they'd rely on retailers to B2C. But now what's happening with so many stakeholders across courier companies, warehouses, even the importers and exporters themselves, you've got so much consumer sensitive data that you're dealing with. I mean, you've got phone numbers, you've got addresses, you've got all these type of things that it's great that you can integrate with your customers and get into that B2C space, but that actually creates a whole new paradigm of risk.
100%. So there's two types of ways of looking at data. Data at rest, where you store the data, and data in transit. So that's where you've got to really look at it on a holistic basis of what's going on with your data, because privacy laws, personal privacy laws, are getting stricter and stricter and stricter as we go along, and a lot of the compliance laws across the globe are getting stricter as we go through. Yeah. So very, very important, and then very important that you guard that data, which is the new corporate gold. It's the treasure that companies have got now.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're nothing without the database and the data that you manage. Yeah. Well, I think what's really important for us with ATLC and for our members is to leverage your team's skills, and a term IT company probably doesn't do you guys enough justice. You're really much innovators and disruptors, and we're really proud to have you on board, because I've seen what you can do for supply chain stakeholders and how powerful that is to actually give them that competitive edge, also peace of mind, but really importantly, not just around the data security integrity, but also around their whole systems processes. So that's really powerful. And
that's one thing we try to do, is become a trusted partner, get to know their business model, what their business objectives are, and how we can actually use that information to put forward a really secure, robust system for them, not just now but in the future as well.
Yeah. So my takeaways from our initial discussion, and we'll have Steve and his team very much involved with a number of our events around Australia over the coming 12 months, so we're really looking forward to that. And through that, you'll actually be educated and have the opportunity to hear firsthand from yourselves and have some case studies. But for me, the really quick takeaways are the data, the integrity, the compliance and governance, the competitive edge, but also the workflow processes and the accessibility that you guys can create in an organisation, which, these days people want to work remotely. They want to be able to tap into data and access things remotely without having risk, again, of data breaches.
100%, yeah. So, and with all the cloud environments and the spray of data that it seems to be, once upon a time data used to be within house. Now it's spraying out into the cloud, and knowing exactly where that is, data sovereignty laws kick in, data integrity.
Yeah, really powerful, and it really does create a point of difference and creates a whole new innovation and flexibility around your workflow. So, look, we've got an event coming up here in Melbourne in November, which Steve's going to be presenting at. So that's happening on the 19th of November, I believe. But we'll have other events where Steve and his team will be presenting right around the country over the coming 12 months. In the meantime, we'll have the links to Starboard, so definitely reach out. Couldn't recommend it highly enough to actually get in touch, have a coffee. You've got nothing to lose. Have a chat and find out how they can really, create some great flexibility, innovation, and give you a different point of view and different competitive edge.
Okay.
So thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Lance. Appreciate it.
Cheers.